Welcome to the Say It Out Loud podcast. I'm your host, Vasavi Kumar. If you're eager to gain clarity, speak with unwavering confidence, and liberate those inner voices, you're in the perfect spot. My mission here is to empower you to break free, find fulfillment, and ignite your passion. You ready? It's time to say it out loud. I've put together a guide of my top 10 tested and proven to work practical strategies and habits to help bright women like you say no, set your boundaries right, live confidently, and build healthy relationships, starting with the relationship you have with yourself. This is a self-paced guide, and I can't wait for you to dig into it so you can start becoming your most confident self, because she's in there waiting for you. Head to the link in my show notes or go to vasavikumar.com/guide and grab it today. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Say It Out Loud podcast. I am excited today to bring on my friend Morgan. I'm going to tell you a little bit about her, but I'm excited today because she works with her clients to really help them, sustain and maintain and build their online presence, not just online, but also in their actual lives. So I want to say a little bit more about her and why I think she's going to be an amazing guest for all of you to listen to today. She's a creative strategist, presence mentor, and a single mom who helps entrepreneurs rebuild their online presence to reflect who they are now, not who they were when they started. She's the creator of the Aligned Presence Method and co-founder of DNM Strategies, a creative agency for visionaries who want their online presence to match the depth of their work. Whether she's leading breath work or a full brand rebirth, Morgan brings her whole self and helps her clients do the same. Morgan, I'm so glad you're here. How are you?
Wow, what an intro.
It's your intro, baby.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
One, I'm great. And it's so cool to you're always asking yourself, like, how do these other people see me? Mm-hmm. Even though I, gave you the frame for the bio, it's such an interesting feeling having you read it back to me.
Yes.
I'm like, wow, I am those things.
Yes. That's beautiful.
All of those things.
Yes. And that's why I want to dive right into really who are you as a person first, before we get into, presence and brand truth bombs and just being visible and being invisible online and in our lives. So I want to ask you, because I know you have probably seen this with your clients, but I'd love my audience to get to know you as a person and how you have also dealt with this in your own life and in your business. What is something that you used to do just to be liked that you'll never do again, whether online or in your real life or in your relationships? Because I think when people hear this, they'll realize they'll number one, see themselves in you, and they'll be like, oh, I used to do that also. But I also think it's a great opportunity for us to just look at ourselves and ask ourselves, like, where did I used to perform? Where did I used to be this way? And I'm no longer this way anymore, right? So it's just really unlearning these old habits. So let me ask you that question again. What's something you used to do just to be liked online or in real life that you'll never do again?
Yeah, great question. And to be honest with you, there are many, many things that I used to do for people to like me. And the one that I feel is really like screaming at me is I didn't have my own voice. I would say if someone was asking me a question, or, I was in trouble and my parents are like, just tell me. I would come up with something so quick just to give them an answer without thinking about what I was saying, who it would impact, if it was really in alignment with me. I would say whatever it took for the conversation to end.
Yeah.
Just so that, one, I didn't have to deal with it. Two, they heard what they wanted to hear. And there was never any conflict with anything.
I grew up very similarly to you, where, if I was caught in a lie, or if my mom had an inkling of that I might be lying or not telling the truth about something, she would raise her hand and she would be like, you better tell me the truth. And so in those moments, I just became really quick on my feet. Like, I would be able to just come up with anything to be able to get you off my back, end this conversation. So I'm curious to know if that's what you did as a kid, and probably later on in life as well. How did you notice, or how did that show up online for you? when you actually started to become more visible online?
It was a rude awakening because it's one thing to say that you can do all of these things, but
Yeah.
it's a whole nother ball game to actually be able to do the things that you need to do to be able to show up but for a client. So it was extreme shadow work for me to say that I can, assist or perform or show up in a way when I had never actually shown up in that way. I would just say that I can show up in that way. So it was a rude awakening for me. 'Cause you can talk the talk
Yeah.
all day long, but can you walk the walk? And it's goes to say, there's a fake it till you make it, only so long until you're actually faking it.
Yeah. Yes,
Uh,
absolutely. Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, 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 I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You
as
talked.
and well, I will say because of the me growing up and just saying the thing,
Mhm.
I've also become in this habit of like landing the plane so quickly without being able to like elaborate or tell a story. Like it's just, let me get to the point of this thing that I'm trying to share with you.
Yes, and I love how you say, I love that you just shared that because I see this with so many clients, and I don't know if you see this as well, that they either tend to ramble a lot or cut themselves short. There's no middle. It's just you either go, like you just go off, or kind of like how you said, you land the plane early, you just cut short. And so you noticed yourself doing that online. And you said that you've done shadow work to help you. I would love to just kind of hear like one tangible action step that my audience can walk away with, like what you did to help you. If my audience notice that they're shape shifting, so if you notice that you're shape shifting, and if you've done that in the past and you don't want to do that anymore, what is one action that they can take to stop shape shifting? Because that's exactly what you're mentioning, right? Is the ability to just, oh, I'm just going to shift, I'm going to be a chameleon, I'm going to match your energy, I'm going to say what you need me to say. So what's one action that they can take to stop doing that?
I feel like this could potentially be so cliche, but we all have this little voice in our head that is like, no, girl, don't freaking do that.
Yeah.
Or yes, go all out. That little voice is it's actually you. So the one thing that I did to really to turn and to go into this level of like what does Morgan want is I started listening to myself.
Yes.
And it's a lot easier said than done. But the moment you start listening to yourself, to that little voice that is in there,
Mm-hmm.
I know you know that it's in there.
Yeah.
That's when things will start to shift.
I love that. And y'all, you obviously know I'm going to do a shameless self promotion on the podcast. I wrote the book, Say It Out Loud, which helps you listen to your inner voice by saying the thoughts that you're actually thinking to yourself out loud. So you can actually hear the things that you're saying to yourself out loud. I'm not going to be on video in this podcast, but y'all already know where you can order my book. It's available everywhere. So, Morgan, thank you so much for bringing that up. It's so true, though, right? When we actually
It's so
listen to
true.
your voice, that's your voice. That's you. That's you. So I love that you brought that up. I want to know, when do you feel the most magnetic, like you're fully in your power? How do you know when you're fully in your power?
Great. Another great question. I actually had this happen to me a couple of weeks ago. I tend to be a shell sometimes, like I'm very introverted, but I get these sparks of I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna go do these things and I'm gonna go network. And I had signed up for a networking get together and I got super cute, got in my car, and then it was time to get out of my car
Mm,
and walk to the event. I'm like, it would be so much easier just to get back in the car, go back home, put my pajamas on, wash my face, drink
yes.
a glass of wine. It would be so much easier to do that. I called my friend and was like, okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get out of the car. I'm gonna walk to the event.
You should have called me. I would have said, come on over. Don't go. Come on over and be an introvert with me.
And I see everyone outside of the venue, and I'm like, oh my God, I came here and I don't know one single person. So I absolutely have to show up. I have to do this thing that I signed up for. And in that moment of choosing to go in there and just have a good time, no strings attached, it was an ignition in me that was like, this is exactly what you want to do. This is part of your humanness. This is making connections. This is talking to another heart, another eye set. Like, this is what lights you up. Why are you getting in the way of yourself?
Mhm.
And the moment I walked in there and chose to show, to like, just to have a conversation, it was like this bubbly light in me that was like, what were you freaking out about in the first
Yeah.
place? Like, everyone, this person has a heart just like you. This person has eyes just like you, a nose just like you. Why are you doing this to yourself?
How did that make you? I mean, like in that moment, right? You could have chosen to dial down your magnetism, right? You could have chosen to be like, even though I'm sure you looked fly, I'm sure you looked really good, you felt really good, but you didn't want to go inside. How do you think making that decision just amplified your magnetism even more when you walked into that room?
It shows a lot when you walk in knowing that you chose to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And I did look good.
Yes, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you
I,
did.
I did look good, and knowing that I took the time to make sure that I felt good before I even went in there, you could just tell that like I had chosen to step in and meet these people. And I don't know about you, but there's some networking events that I've been to where I'm like, oh, I gotta go and gotta go talk to more people. I gotta network. Um, but I've also intentionally chosen which events I want to go to make sure that they're in alignment with what I enjoy doing.
Yes.
That particular event had music involved, it had other creators involved. So I wasn't just going to meet, a slur of different people that do a million different things. I knew that the majority of the people going in there would be somewhat in alignment with me. So every single conversation lit me up because it was relatable.
Let's take a quick break.
Having been in therapy since the age of 12, I know firsthand just how powerful the process of finding the right therapist is. Going to therapy and talking things out with my therapist has made me happier, clearer, and most importantly, I have a plan for my mental health. I have tools to be able to communicate with others, and also the tools to cope when life gets hard, which it does. So let me ask you a question. Is something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals? Regardless if you have a clinical mental health issue like depression or anxiety, or if you're just a human who lives in this world who is going through a hard time, therapy can give you tools to approach your life in a very different way. And that's why I'm excited to tell you about today's sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and more accessible. And this is an important mission because finding a therapist can be really hard, especially when you're limited to the options in your area. BetterHelp is a platform that makes finding a therapist easier because it's online, it's remote, and by filling out a few questions, BetterHelp can match you to a professional therapist in as little as a few days. It's easy to sign up and get matched with the therapist. There's a link in my description. It's betterhelp, HELP.com/Vasavi. That's betterhelp.com/Vasavi. Clicking that link helps support this podcast, but it also gets you 10% off your first month of BetterHelp, so you can connect with the therapist and see if it helps you. And because finding a therapist is a little like dating, if you don't really fit with that therapist, which is a common thing with therapy, you can easily switch to a new therapist at no additional cost without stressing out about insurance, who's in your network, or anything like that. I don't know where I would be without the help of therapy and my therapist, but I do know that life would feel that much harder. So if you're struggling, consider online therapy with BetterHelp. Click the link in the description or visit betterhelp.com/Vasavi. Thank you again, BetterHelp, for supporting this podcast.
So I want everyone listening to really hear this, right? It's like your magnetism, your personality, your energy when you walk into a room. Yes, it matters what you look like. It matters what you're wearing, all the accoutrements, your external. But I want to emphasize what Morgan just said about how you chose and you decided to be there. You were intentional the entire way through, even when you were battling back and forth. Should I go or not go? Even that you were aware of, but you still chose to go. And that's how your magnetism actually shines through and is exuded through you, is by making those conscious choices and being intentional. So I love that you brought that up. I'm
Yeah.
curious to know, for you with motherhood, what role does motherhood play in how you show up as a presence mentor and creative strategist? Has it sharpened or softened your leadership, being a mother?
Motherhood is a whole different story.
Yeah.
Um, I think what motherhood in being assisting with presence is it's allowed me to really it's allowed me to soften and understand that we're all going through something. And how can I just sit and allow you to express whatever is going on in your circle without judgment, without annoyance, without knowing that I have all the answers? Because as a mom, we're like, no, I'm the one that's right and you're not wrong, but you're learning. And from adult to an adult, no matter what, that the other person is still going through something. And so what's helped me so much is just being able to just sit and allow them to express themselves in whatever capacity that is for them.
So it sounds like motherhood is actually, it's sharpened you and it softened you.
It's done a lot of both. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So I want to move into some brand truth bombs and presence bombs. I don't know why I keep saying bombs, but you know what I mean, some mic drops. I really want to talk about rebuilding your presence to reflect who you are now, because you talk about this. You talk about rebuilding your presence to reflect who you are now. What happens, and I really want everyone listening, I'm raising my voice a little bit, I really want you to hear this, because for some of you, y'all have outgrown your brand and you have evolved past the person that you were when you started, and you've refused to evolve with your brand. And so I want Morgan, excuse me, to really talk about what happens when someone refuses to evolve their brand. What happens, Morgan, when someone's like, oh, I'm no longer this person, but I'm too afraid to show up as I am now? I mean, I'm sure you see this all the time with your clients. So what happens? Like, what's the ultimate penalty for this? That, what is the price that we pay when we refuse to evolve with our brand? I have a story to share about this as well, but I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I would want to say, like, it's okay. You are allowed to change your mind. You are allowed to do something completely different than when you first started. That's the whole point.
Yes.
The whole point is for you to be able to level up and expand and become something different. Butterflies only have an existence of like 14 days. And then they, the next caterpillar goes into its shell and then it explores again. Like, you are allowed to expand and be a different person. You're still going to be who you are to the core. You're just evolved and learned different things and you're growing. And if you don't allow yourself to grow, it's almost like in a similarity way, it's almost like, okay, your 20-year-old body is now in a 30-year-old body, but you're thinking like your 20-year-old self. Like, you're living in a false reality.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, we all want to, go back to our 20s, maybe not, some of us. Maybe not. But if I could take what I know from now and put it into my 20-year-old body, that would be absolutely amazing. But now I'm growing and I'm evolving from the outside, and it's time for everything to reflect that. Everything that I've learned over the last 10 years to now show up in this body that I am now.
Yeah. I'm literally speechless, because I'm like, I couldn't have said it any better. I mean, what you just said, like, we are externally evolving, we are growing on the outside. We need that to match what's going on the inside. And I know I said, I had a story to share. One of the things that I noticed, like, for example, after my dad died, like, something in me shifted and I didn't know how to show up from this shift. I knew something shifted, like the past, like the door to the past closes when you lose your parents. Something happens. It's like something has shifted in me, and I'm still finding the words for it. But I noticed myself like wanting to continue to show up the way that I was showing up prior to my father dying, which was like a machine. And now I'm like, no, I have slowed down so much since my father has died. So I'm navigating that. And I can tell you right now, the battle that I've been dealing with is like, how do I show up in this new way? But I'm so comfortable in showing up the way that I have been showing up. And the price that you pay for that, y'all, is just this tension inside of you. And it doesn't feel good. You feel this split inside of you. And you know that, like, what, and this has nothing to do with being fake or inauthentic. It's just giving yourself the permission to grow. exactly like you said, like it's okay to grow. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to evolve past something. So what is something that I'm curious to know as far as stuff that you used to say in your business and stuff that you've outgrown, Morgan? What's something you used to teach or believe in your business that now makes you cringe? I have one. So I'm gonna share after you share, but I have one also. Go ahead.
Rest is for the weak.
Okay. I love it.
That was really cringy to me. Yeah, rest is for the weak. I would used to think that if I was resting, I wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to get to the next level if you slow down. What's another one? Oh my gosh, you caught me in a good one.
Take your time.
Um, ooh, this one is good. And this one is really bad. Show up how others want to see you.
Oh my God. That's
horrible.
That's so bad, but it's good.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Show up how other people want to see you.
Wow.
And that one was, and now I look back at it, I was miserable because I was doing what I thought everyone else wanted me to do. People pleasing to the max.
Yes. Show up. I mean, that is a recipe for people pleasing. Okay. So you've said two really good ones. I will share one that I am now like, absolutely not. I almost want to delete every post that I've ever said. Is to just be consistent. Just be consistent. Especially, and I think about that now as someone who has a neurodivergent brain, and I'm just like, just be consistent. Just be consistent. Like, my dad just died. I'm dealing with loss right now. I'm dealing with grieving. And you want me to just be consistent? And my brain, I can't tell my ass from my elbow right now. I'm dealing with brain fog, dealing with perimenopause, and you want me to just be consistent? Now, granted, I have all my shit scheduled, right? All my content is scheduled, so I can be consistent, right? And I say that in quotes. But for people who are going through major life issues, challenges, struggles, and you're like, just be consistent, it's like, when you can't even see the light at the end of the tunnel, it's really hard to just be consistent. So I take back any time that I've ever said that. Anytime. Yeah.
I will say that the one thing I try to get people to do or encourage, if it's possible, is try to pre-post that content.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what life is going to throw at you. Yeah. And so the fact that you could be consistent, yet still allow yourself to feel the emotions and the overflow of all the things that are happening in your life, there's like this like weird middle space of like being consistent.
Yes.
But also allowing yourself to feel.
I think that that's perfect, because it's like, I can tell you right now, when my assistant was scheduling everything, when my dad died, I had her pause everything for 2 weeks, because it just felt so weird to be churning out content when I was just we were in the thick of the mourning, 13 days of holy mourning. And I'm like, I don't want to post anything unless it has anything to do with grief or my father. And then we got back into business as usual. And I'm so grateful for the fact that my stuff was scheduled, right? My stuff was scheduled, and it continues to be scheduled, so that I can continue to live my life and not have to think, oh shit, I haven't posted, I haven't done this or said that. So I love that you also, reiterated that as well. I'd love to hear from you with any of your clients that you're maybe working with right now, or just what you see. What's the biggest lie you see entrepreneurs telling through their online presence right now? And why do you think they keep telling it? What is the lie that entrepreneurs tell through their online presence right now? Like, what's the biggest lie that you think you're seeing? And why do you think? Yeah, go ahead. You were ready for that.
Yeah. That they love everything that they're doing.
Say more about that. Yeah.
Don't lie. We know that entrepreneurship is a struggle. It is a beautiful, beautiful struggle.
Call it what it is. It is a struggle. Yes.
It is a struggle.
Yeah.
It is so much easier to clock into a 9 to 5. Know you're getting X, Y, and Z paid to you. And it is extremely hard to choose, again, using that as a keyword, to choose to show up for yourself, for your brand, all hours of the day, and not know that you're going to make a connection, make a sale, make sure that what you're saying is on point and in alignment with you. It is so much harder to go this route than choosing a 9 to 5. Yes. And some days, you hit the jackpot, and some weeks you're panicking, not sure what's going to happen. And so that beginning or middle stage of entrepreneurship could be hell.
Yes.
Can be hell.
And people are not admitting that out loud.
Mm-mm.
They're not sharing that. They're just wanting to share, how glamorous it is, would you say? Yeah. So what is one truth about building a brand that I want to hear this from you too, but what is one truth about building a brand that most coaches and strategists are too scared to say out loud, but you're not afraid to say?
Yeah, I'm not afraid to say that I change my mind every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And some days I and questioning, what am I even doing? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? And I think that it's okay to say, ask yourself, what is my purpose? Why am I here? And to doubt is to know that something bigger is coming. Mm-hmm. In my eyes. And so I was rambling and I forgot your question.
No, you weren't rambling. I was actually I asked what's one truth about building a brand that most coaches and strategists are too scared to say out loud?
Yeah, I honestly, I think it goes back to just the struggle of it, the choosing to build something and to have your face be the forefront of this thing, because you also have to allow your vulnerabilities to show, but be this person. And there could be a lot of like shadows that come up when you're forced to step into this position, but then you're almost being like called to be.
Yes, exactly.
And you either show up or you keep getting hit and hit and hit. And so you have, I think a lot of brands and entrepreneurs are again, it goes back to not showing the struggle of all of the behind the scenes, or showing too much.
Showing too much. I mean, what do you think that balance is, right? Like is there a balance? I was just talking about this with the client yesterday about being private, allowing ourselves to be private online. What do you think is that fine line? This question just came to me. What do you think is that fine line between I want to be vulnerable, I want to be authentic, I want to be transparent, but I also am a private person. Like I'm a very private person. Just because I talk about certain things online doesn't mean that you're getting all of me. You're not there are certain things that I just keep to myself because they belong to me and only me. What do you think that line is between being vulnerable, transparent, authentic, and having your own privacy?
I mean, do you tell your family members every single thing that's going on in your life?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
And I think sometimes we're in relationships, we tend to tell maybe the closest person to us all of the things that are going on.
Yeah.
And then let's say you get back with the person that you're dating and you're like, dang it, I wish I didn't tell my family member all the things that are happening because now they're in my business.
Yep.
And I think there's this balance that you find with yourself when you start becoming comfortable with who you are and your decisions. Mm-hmm. So I can't sit here and say this is the balance because I'm not you and you're not me and I'm not the next person. Mm-hmm. But I think it comes down to figuring out what feels good for you to share. And it can also be a trial and error system. That's the only way we figure out who we are.
Yes. So with that being said, and allowing ourselves to be visible in our full humanity, do you think that most entrepreneurs are addicted to visibility or terrified of being truly seen, or a little bit of both?
I think a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Want to be accepted, want to be seen, but like also don't want to give you all of the details because
which I think is healthy. Like no one deserves all of it. And the people that you choose are the ones that deserve to know all of it, right? But I don't think we don't owe something to our audience. We don't owe something to our followers. I mean, you're still a sovereign human being at the end of the day, and you happen to have amassed a following. I think it's important to be transparent and vulnerable, but I also think we need to train people how to treat us. And if people are expecting you to just get you to just air your dirty laundry all the time, then you really have to ask yourself, how have I trained my audience to view me?
Yeah. And sometimes we don't have dirty laundry all the time.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like people are expecting you to just say the dirty laundry, say the dirty laundry, say the dirty laundry. And not everyone wants to see the good things that are happening, because there can tend to be this sense of jealousy. And so there just needs, say the thing that you want to say and leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Just like you
yeah.
say it out loud, let it, feel it, enjoy it, have it happen, and then move on to the next thing. Because the life is going to keep lifing you, whether good or bad. That's the whole point of life, for you to have these experiences. So say the thing, choose the thing, do the thing, allow yourself to feel it and move from that space.
Beautiful, Morgan. I want to ask you this. I want to go into some soulful strategy that I've always wanted to actually answer this question for myself, but I thought I'd ask you this. If your online presence disappeared tomorrow, how would you rebuild it? Or would you even want to?
I wouldn't want to. I would not want to rebuild it. I would want to not have my phone near me, on me, or around social media. I would want to go outside and make human connections with people living and experiencing the world.
I have nothing else to say. That is, I have no follow-up. That is exactly how I feel. I agree with you. I agree with you so wholeheartedly. I mean, when I got online, it was what was it? I was a sophomore in college, right? Like, I didn't realize that social media would take off to what it is now. So it's very similar to you. I would just go out. I would just be outside all the time. Okay, what's been your most surprising source of creative inspiration lately? A book, a person, a moment, a meltdown?
It has been seeing my son in this playful state. We actually just got back from a Disney cruise, and there were so many moments when I was like, oh yeah, he's doing his thing, I can go do my thing now. But instead of going to do my own thing, I chose to show up at his level, in a sense, like childlike. And I was reminded how fun it is when you allow yourself to just kind of like remove adult things for just a moment and just play. And so every time I am talking or experience something or even driving, I try to tap into like those little moments that him and I had on our cruise. And it's just been inspiring me so much to just show up, because I feel like as we get older, we have these moments where we're like, oh, we have to be an adult now. We have to do this thing now. And we were once those little kids too. And it's just beautiful being able to just be in a moment of just playful and silliness.
I love that you brought that up. My niece is coming to visit me. My niece is 12 years old. How old is your son, by the way?
He's 8.
He's 8. That's okay. Yeah. So actually my nephew is 8.5. 8.5. He's 8.5. And but my niece, who's 12 years old, is flying for the first time alone. So it's a big deal, right? My mother's only sister. I'm her only maternal aunt. Of course, we have like cousins and stuff that she calls aunt, but I'm my sister's sister, right? So that I'm her only maternal aunt. She's coming to fly to Austin, and I've just been putting together our itinerary of all the fun stuff. I'm going to take her to a trampoline park. I'm going to take her to a trampoline park. I'm going to take her to see Wizard of Oz at Zach Theater. Definitely take her to get some tacos. We're going to do some cooking together, because I want to get her in the kitchen learning how to cook a little bit more. I went to culinary school. So I just hearing you talk about you with your son is just making me so excited for when my niece comes here in October.
Blast.
We are going to have a blast. I know.
You're going to have a blast. You're going to have a blast.
Yeah. It's going to be great. And then I fly back with her. To Philadelphia, so she doesn't have to fly back alone by herself. But I'm super excited. All right, I have one last question. Then we're going to go into a little rapid fire round, fun little rapid fire round. What's one truth, Morgan, you wish your clients would admit to themselves sooner? It's a good question.
That is a really, really good question. One truth that I wish my clients would admit to themselves sooner. Oh, wow. I wish that my clients would I just wish that they would allow themselves to feel.
Yeah.
Feel all of the emotions that happen in the good and the bad and the involvement. because when you allow yourself to feel everything, it allows you to be clearer. And so, yeah, I just wish that they would allow themselves to just feel. And whether that's, closing your eyes and feeling your heartbeat, closing your eyes and hearing the birds, closing your eyes, and just allowing the wind to, wrestle in your hair, or going for a walk and just feeling the heat on your skin. It doesn't have to be, those mass emotions, but just taking a moment to feel that you are human, you're alive, you're grateful, you're full of life. So how do you really want to show up?
Yeah. What would they need to, like, I'm thinking about what you said, like, you want your clients to allow themselves to feel. And I think so many people need to admit to themselves that they do have feelings, instead of, we live in a world that's very desensitized and apathetic to what's going on globally in the world right now. It's so easy to just turn a blind eye to what's going on in the world, and also to what's going on within ourselves. So I hear that loud and clear, right? Allowing yourself to feel, let yourself feel those painful emotions, let yourself feel the amazing emotions, like feel elation. It doesn't always have to be, like you said, sad. It doesn't always have to be the struggle. It can also be allowing ourselves to celebrate. So I love that you said that. Are you ready to go into a little rapid fire round?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Put me on the spot.
Okay, yeah, I just put you on the spot. Okay, so coffee or tea?
Oh, matcha.
Okay, matcha. Okay, great. What's the biggest ick in the online space right now?
Oh, people are not gonna like me for this.
Say it.
This woohoo-ness. I love woohoo, and I love being aware of your decisions and conscious activity, but the woohoo is a little ick for me right now.
Okay. Okay. We won't elaborate. I'm just going to, yes, I get that. Okay. What is your alter ego's name when you're in full boss mode?
Ooh, I have a few,
Okay.
but in boss mode,
Yeah.
Miss B.
I love it. Oh, I love that. Yes, that is perfect. Yes, Morgan Burton. Yes. Okay. What is one word your best friend would use to describe you?
Weird.
I love that.
Weird.
I love that. Okay. Guilty pleasure that you're no longer guilty about.
Rest.
I love that. Ties back in perfectly what you said before. What is something you're currently romanticizing?
Everything. To be honest with you, I've learned to just romanticize everything in my life.
I love that.
Yeah, everything.
When's the last time you felt deeply seen?
It's been a hot minute. The last time I felt deeply seen, I planned my sister's engagement party, and without her verbally telling me a thank you, I could tell, she looked at me and just gave me this look of like, I'm so grateful for you and everything that you do for me. Without her verbally telling me, I just was like, just this recognition of like, thank you so much.
I really saw you in that moment.
Yeah. And it was totally about her and the whole engagement party, but like no one else but her sister was going to allow her to have this experience. So she felt seen by allowing me to be seen and knowing that like I got her.
Yes, I love that. Sometimes you don't even need to say it, right? It's just it's also just a feeling that you get from somebody, and there you don't even need to say a lot.
Yeah. I'm sure you can relate to, like, you would do just about anything for your sister.
Yeah, my older sister, I mean, I'm flying her daughter back to Philly because my sister is terrified of her sending her on a plane. She calls me up and she goes, okay, I've gotten over the fact that she's going to fly to you, but what about her flying back? She was like, can you fly back with her? And I'm like, I just said I was going to not travel for the next 3 months, but I'm like, I'm going because my sister asked me to.
Yeah.
She's my older sister. I mean, literally she can do no wrong in my eyes. No wrong in my, it's just, I don't know. And your sister is your younger sister, right?
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
Yeah, you're the oldest. I remember you telling me that. Okay. What's the most overrated piece of branding advice?
Match your font and your colors. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Nobody's actually really looking at that. They want to know that what you're saying is a match for them. What you're showing up as is a match for them.
Yes.
Like, change your fonts up every single day if you want. It does not matter.
Love it. And then lastly, Morgan, what are you currently saying out loud that you used to only say in your head?
I love myself.
I love that. Yes, I love you too. And I love that you're saying that, because it's important, y'all, that when we actually say the things that we keep in our head out loud, people who are a match for that will be a match for that. And it's not even about anyone else. It's about allowing yourself to say the thing that you want to say out loud unapologetically. So I want to say thank you to Morgan for showing up so beautifully. I want to ask, is there any well, actually, first of all, how can people get in touch with you? How can people work with you? Is there something special on your heart that you would like to offer to my audience? And I'll link it in the show notes.
Yeah. So you can follow me on Instagram at Morgan Burton, 2 N's at the end with an underscore. I also have a website, morgancarringtonburton.com. You can visit that and see all the fun things we've got going on. And I'm also hosting an amazing Girls Being Girls weekend. Literally no strings attached other than just hanging out with your girls and just feeling seen and taken care of. And so I'm really excited to have that at the end of September. So if you can join us. It's going to be a blast.
Beautiful. I want to say thank you so much, Morgan, for just showing up. And we talked about a lot of stuff, right? We talked about things that you've done in the past that you'll never do again. We talked about presence and brand truth. We talked about being visible and also being invisible, and also looking at our own soulful strategy and creative roots. And we ended with a beautiful rapid fire round. I want to just say thank you for showing up so honestly, so authentically, so transparently, so that my audience can get to know you. And for everyone listening, watching, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and until next time, keep saying it out loud.
Thank you.
If you loved today's episode, then say it out loud. Subscribe, leave a review, and come say hi over on Instagram at My Name is Vasavi. Until next time, say it out loud.